It always starts with a sound. For Harold Bennett, it was the sharp, unmistakable crack of breaking glass echoing across the grocery store parking lot. One moment he was placing his grocery bags in the trunk, the next, a stranger was standing behind him, holding a pair of shattered eyeglasses like a prop in a courtroom drama. The man stepped closer, waving the broken glasses, pointing to the bottle fragments scattered at his feet, a staged crime scene waiting for its victim. "These cost me $300, the stranger hissed. "I can't afford to replace them. You need to make this right." What Harold didn't know, what he couldn't have known, was that the bottle had been smashed long before he arrived. Today, we pull back the curtain on the broken bottle scam, a con built on guilt, pressure, the hope that a good person won't question a bad story. This is Fraud in a Moment, and the truth starts now. The broken bottle scam, the glasses that cost more than money. It happened in the grocery store parking lot, the kind of place where nothing bad ever seems to happen. The sun was bright, the air was calm, and Mr. Harold Bennett, age 74, had just finished loading his groceries into the trunk of his sedan. That's when he heard it. A sharp crack behind him, glass shattering, a gasp, loud, theatrical, unmistakably staged. He turned to see a stranger, a young man holding a pair of eyeglasses, the lens spiderwebbed with cracks. At his feet lay the remains of a small glass bottle, broken cleanly into pieces. "You hit me," the man said, voice trembling with just the right amount of outrage. "Your car door slammed right into me. Look what you did to my glasses." Harold blinked, confused. He hadn't felt anything. He hadn't seen anyone. But the man stepped closer, waving the broken glasses like evidence in a courtroom. "These cost me $300, he said. "I can't afford to replace them. You need to make this right." Harold's heart sank. He didn't want trouble. He didn't want a scene. And the man, well, he looked upset, desperate even. Other shoppers were walking by. Harold felt the pressure rising, the guilt tightening around him like a rope. I'm sorry," Harold murmured. "I didn't realize." "That's okay," the man interrupted quickly. "Just give me $100, cash. We'll call it even." Harold hesitated. The man leaned in. His voice dropped to a whisper. "You don't want insurance involved, do you?" That did it. Harold reached for his wallet, and just like that, in less than 60 seconds, the scammer walked away with a fistful of cash, leaving Harold standing alone beside a pile of glass that had never touched his car. It wasn't until later, when he told his daughter what happened, that he learned the truth. The glasses were already broken. The bottle had been smashed before the scammer approached. The entire performance had been rehearsed dozens of times on dozens of unsuspecting seniors. And Harold? He'd been the audience, the target, and the payout. What did we learn from this story? 1. Scammers use guilt as a weapon. If someone pressures you emotionally or demands immediate payment, step back. 2. Never pay cash on the spot. Legitimate claims go through insurance, police reports, or official channels. Never parking lot negotiations. 3. If you didn't see or feel the incident, trust your instincts. A staged scene is a major red flag. 4. Ask for proof, real proof, a receipt, a name, a phone number, a police presence. Scammers will avoid all of these. 5. Walk away and call someone you trust. A friend, a family member, store security, anyone who can help you assess the situation. 6. Report the scam. Your voice protects the next senior who might be targeted. And that's where we leave Harold, walking away that day feeling shaken, embarrassed, and lighter by $100. The scammer walked away smiling. Another successful performance, another senior who never saw the trick coming. But here's the truth. Scammers don't rely on force. They rely on decency. They rely on kindness. They rely on the fact that seniors like Harold don't want conflict, don't want to cause trouble, don't want to be the reason someone else suffers. And that's exactly why these scams work. But they don't have to, because every time a senior learns the signs, Every time a caregiver shares a warning, every time a community talks openly about fraud, the scammer loses their stage. So the next time you hear glass shattered behind you, or someone demands cash to fix something you never saw happen, remember Harold's story. You're not responsible for someone else's performance, and you never owe money to a stranger who shows up with a broken prop and a rehearsed script. Stay aware, stay confident, stay connected, because the strongest defense against fraud is knowledge shared out loud. This has been Fraud in a Moment, where we expose the schemes hiding in plain sight and give you the tools to protect what's yours. Until next time, stay alert, stay steady, and remember, if demands come from shattered glass, you're probably better off taking a pass.